tests, and the difference between an ovulation test and a pregnancy test is stressful when you're searching for that. Maybe things could be wrong. I wonder why it's taking so long.
Did you ever stop and think why spend too much time just getting
Good
ready?
morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel for another TTC update. So in today's video we are currently TTC cycle number 5. We did take a break due to the coronavirus and the quarantine and all of that, but we are back at it, and I thought I would share with you guys my fertility kit that I got recently off of Amazon. I have been testing this now for 3 months, I want to say, and I want to give you my honest opinion about this and how I feel about it, and if I think that you should get one too. So the reason I decided to get this fertility kit, which is basically an ovulation and pregnancy test kit. It comes, I can do like a little unboxing with you guys. I have been opening this many times now because I have been using them. But the kit I got looks like this. It's a AFAC fertility test kit, 1-step ovulation and pregnancy urine test kit. So it comes with 50 ovulation tests and 20 pregnancy tests, and it comes in this little handy box here, and it's including the directions how to use it on the package, but also it has, of course, inside a manual how to use it. But when you open it, you can see that you have one of the these are the ovulation tests and these are the pregnancy tests, and in the middle we have disposable little cups like this for your urine, so you can collect your urine in one of these. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, so the idea is that you collect your urine in this little cup. It's a disposable one. So you collect it in here and you dip your test in the middle. It has a specific spot to dip. So it comes with these little disposable cups that you can just throw away when you're done using them, and I like that little detail with this kit. I found that not all of the kits that are out there it comes with that, so that's a plus. And the tests themselves come neatly packaged individually in these kind of things, and these are the LH tests. So this is an ovulation test, and the pink ones are the HCG tests, which are the pregnancy tests. And it also tells you right off the bat on the package how to use them. And I have been using a lot of these ovulation tests now, and I find that it's very, very accurate and very easy to use. So what you do is that you open this up and you take one of the strips and you place it in the urine for about 10 seconds. I usually leave it in a couple of seconds longer. And I like to see when the dye start to come through, and then I know that I have enough urine on there. And then it says to lay it flat and wait for 10 minutes. And when you dip it in the urine, you have to make sure that you are not covering the black line of the test. So I will share and insert a little footage of me doing the ovulation test this morning, or midday I should say, because the difference between the two is that when you normally take a pregnancy test, you know that you should always do it in the morning with your morning urine to get an accurate reading, but you should always read the packaging. Some of these tests are working a little bit differently. The ones that I got, they recommend you to take it every day in the same time, like midday. I have been taking mine just after lunch. That way I know that I'm taking them the same time every day, and usually it's around 2 when I take mine, and that's a good time, I think, to do the ovulation tests. And the difference between an ovulation test and a pregnancy test is when you get 2 lines on a pregnancy test, for sure you know that you are pregnant. Well, the test strips for the ovulation test is a little bit differently. It works differently, and you always get 2 lines. That's probably why I like them so much, because if you are TTC, you know that when you're looking for that second line is something, that's something very, very sometimes stressful when you're searching for that line. So even if you're getting 2 lines on an ovulation test, mentally you can feel a little bit better. I have heard other women talking about this, and I think it's psychologically that when we see the 2 lines we immediately feel a little bit better, because being TTC is quite stressful, and if you don't get it the first time around you start to think maybe things could be wrong, I wonder why it's taking so long, and the 2-week wait I don't even want to mention now because it's something so stressful. But anyway, so you will get 2 lines on this one, and when the control line and the test line. So when the test line has the same darkness as the control line, that's a positive ovulation test. Or if the test line is darker than the control line, that means also that you're having a positive ovulation test. If the test line is a little bit more faint than the control line, that means that it's negative. So it will always be appearing 2 lines or only the control line. For me so far I have always gotten 2 lines, and usually the test line is always lighter in color than the control line.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me.
And this have been truly helpful for me, because I have been up until 3 months ago only using my fertility apps on my phone, and while I like them and they can give you a quite accurate indication of when you would be ovulating, I have learned as of this past year that my periods are very different from before I had children, and I never ovulate when I should. I have learned, thanks to this test, that I always ovulate late in my cycle, more late than is the normal. And today I think I'm day 20, I have a 28-day long cycle usually. And to give you an idea, let's see if my fertility app wants to open. But normally I have a 28 days long cycle, and I usually have my period. Sorry, it's TMI, it's that kind of video. My period usually lasts for about 7 or 8, sometimes 9 days, so I usually have a long period. And today is day 21 of my cycle, and I ovulate. Well, I tested positive on my ovulation test yesterday and today. So, I mean, if I were have to follow my fertility app, they would have told me that I should have ovulated like 1 week ago. So if I were to depend only on this one, for sure I would not get pregnant, because then we would always miss the window. But honestly, I also know my body quite well. So every time I'm ovulating, I usually can feel it. I usually get very hot, like very warm, almost like I have fever. Because I have quite low temperature always, so I really notice when that change. And I always get in a really bad mood, I really get anxious, I feel kind of depressed, and I have no temper. So that's usually my ovulation symptoms. And yeah, so I tested positive this morning and yesterday, so we shall see. Yes, darling? That was my daughter interrupting me. Anyway, so for me, these tests have been really helpful. I feel like my ovulation test is giving me a little bit of peace of mind. I feel like I'm doing everything I can to hopefully get pregnant, and I think that this could be good for anyone who wants to prevent a pregnancy as well. I mean, if you are like naturally preventing, if you are not using any like condoms, or if you're not on the pill and you still want to try and prevent a pregnancy, I think this could be very useful for you as well. and hopefully give you some peace of mind, but I should add that is never 100% sure. So if you don't want to get pregnant, I would recommend you to use a condom. But anyway, if you want to, then this could be very helpful, and I hope that you liked this video. I did buy mine off of Amazon, and I think I paid about 6 euros for it or something crazy like that, for all these tests. And you know that one pregnancy test usually is around 10 or 15 euros depending on what kind you get. So to not get ruined, or to not now in these times spend too much money on this kind of thing, I think this is a very good alternative, and I highly recommend it. I will link my test, or my ovulation fertility test kit, down in the description box if you want to get one yourself. And if you're curious of any other favorites that I might have, or things that I'm using now, I will try and link all of them on my Amazon store. So if you want to check that out, you also have that option in the description box below. And yeah, 2-week wait. Let's pray. Let's pray that this is gonna be the cycle. I really do hope. We shall see. And thank you so much for watching today, friends. If you found it helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel for more. I do a lot of motherhood and lifestyle content here on my channel. I have a variation of uploads. It's not only TTC, it's not only cleaning, but it's a little bit of everything, because that's my life. I feel like I don't want to niche myself with only doing TTC or only doing cleaning videos and that kind of thing. So if you like a good mix, then this is the channel, and I hope that you stick around for more, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye! Much love!